Hey guys, Bleanders here, and this upcoming Thursday is the beginning of this year's NFL Preseason. So for week 1 of preseason, the games that will take place from August 8th through the 12th will be the New York Jets versus the New York Giants, the Tennessee Titans versus the Philadelphia Eagles, the Carolina Panthers versus the Chicago Bears, the New England Patriots versus the Detroit Lions, the Houston Texans versus the Green Bay Packers, the Minnesota Vikings versus the New Orleans Saints, the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Arizona Cardinals, the Dallas Cowboys versus the San Francisco 49ers, the Denver Broncos versus the Seattle Seahawks, the Indianapolis Colts versus the Buffalo Bills, the Atlanta Falcons versus the Miami Dolphins, the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Baltimore Ravens, the Washington Redskins versus the Cleveland Browns, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Los Angeles Rams versus the Oakland Raiders. Then for week 2, the games that will take place from August 15th through the 19th will be the Chicago Bears versus the New York Giants, the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Washington Redskins, the Seattle Seahawks versus the Minnesota Vikings, the New York Jets versus the Atlanta Falcons, the Buffalo Bills versus the Carolina Panthers, the Miami Dolphins versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Oakland Raiders versus the Arizona Cardinals, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Los Angeles Rams, the Green Bay Packers versus the Baltimore Ravens, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Detroit Lions versus the Houston Texans, the Cleveland Browns versus the Indianapolis Colts, the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, the New England Patriots versus the Tennessee Titans, the San Francisco 49ers versus the Denver Broncos, and the New Orleans Saints versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Then for week 3, the games that will take place from August 22nd through the 25th will be the Houston Texans versus the Dallas Cowboys, the Baltimore Ravens versus the Philadelphia Eagles, the Buffalo Bills versus the Detroit Lions, the Arizona Cardinals versus the Minnesota Vikings, the Washington Redskins versus the Atlanta Falcons, the Cleveland Browns versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Denver Broncos versus the Los Angeles Rams, the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Miami Dolphins, the Carolina Panthers versus the New England Patriots, the New Orleans Saints versus the New York Jets, the New York Giants versus the Cincinnati Bengals, the Chicago Bears versus the Indianapolis Colts, the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Tennessee Titans, the San Francisco 49ers versus the Kansas City Chiefs, the Green Bay Packers versus the Oakland Raiders, and the Seattle Seahawks versus the Los Angeles Chargers. And finally, for week 4, the games that will take place from August 29th through the 30th will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Dallas Cowboys, the Baltimore Ravens versus the Washington Redskins, the Tennessee Titans versus the Chicago Bears, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Green Bay Packers, the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Carolina Panthers, the Miami Dolphins versus the New Orleans Saints, the Los Angeles Chargers versus the San Francisco 49ers, the Oakland Raiders versus the Seattle Seahawks, the Minnesota Vikings versus the Buffalo Bills, the New York Giants versus the New England Patriots, the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New York Jets, the Indianapolis Colts versus the Cincinnati Bengals, the Detroit Lions versus the Cleveland Browns, the Los Angeles Rams versus the Houston Texans, the Atlanta Falcons versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Arizona Cardinals versus the Denver Broncos. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Be sure to put down in the comments below which NFL team you guys will be rooting for once the regular season starts in September. For me, just like I do every year, I'm once again going to be rooting for my favorite team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and hope that they can continue the success that they have the past 2 seasons, with 2 years ago winning the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots, and then last year making it to the playoffs but unfortunately getting eliminated in the divisional round by the New Orleans Saints. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video, or later.